Hellos and welcomes back everyone. AnthWolf here with even more Deus Ex Human Revolution. Where we last left off, we had gained access through Panchaea on the way to the Hyron core to shut down the broadcast and preventing the vivid hallucinations driving augmented people pretty much insane. Once you begin the elevator ride, there is no turning back. There we go. So we begin our descent. Now we know the Hyron core is being controlled probably by 3 drones. Humans who have been turned into supercomputers to maintain Panchaea's structural integrity. I forgot how long of a journey this is. So I'll just sit back, relax. I think we're about 1500 experience away from unlocking our next praxis. We may or may not get it, but it's not the end of the world. We have everything we really want to unlock unlocked, and more besides. But yeah, we were given a couple of choices. Oh, slowing down, here we are. William Taggart, the head of the Humanity Front, also a member of the Illuminati, has kind of offered us somewhat a position within the Illuminati if we're willing to put the blame on a faulty batch of neuropazine, and therefore maybe still allowing the proposal to regulate augmentations into effect. David Sarif, our boss, wants us to blame the Humanity Front, basically putting a blame on one of the Illuminati's companies or organizations, and also allowing more free reign and control, well, more free reign on augmentation research and development. And, well, there's bound to be other options we have available as well. Heavy rifle and its ammunition. Snacks. Plasma rifle that we can't pick up. Painkillers. We might as well use some painkillers actually. There you go. Our health is now maxed.
What the hell?
Water pressure nominal at 173 psi.
Who am I?
Communications web online.
I feel cold.
Drones 1 through 3 within operational parameters.
I don't remember.
Drone 4 disconnected.
Let me go.
Processing.
Oh God, please help me. I'm scared.
Core temperature stable. Processing.
Zhao, what are you doing?
Connecting to Panchaea's Hyron project, Mr. Jensen. The most advanced quantum computer slave to the human brain, and the closest to perfection we'll ever achieve. I'm going to use it to hack Darrow's signal and rework the message to our benefit.
Our benefit? You mean the Illuminati's?
Someone has to override the signal and be the world's savior. And let's be honest, neither of us would trust anyone else to fill that role. Computer, begin EEG sync.
So much pain.
Syncing beta waves at 40 cycles per second.
Sleep, please. Let me sleep.
Incompatible master-slave chain detected. Alert. Unable to transfer control to Alpha Pod.
The system won't recognize my chip.
Neural systems offline. Rerouting control of the
I can't control Hyron.
Increasing Increasing glutamate levels by 32%.
Sal, get them out of there. I have to reach the control chamber.
No! I can still control it! I'm in control!
Stop the signal!
Security alert.
Through the primary drone hatch.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Alpha pod security in place. To access Alpha pod, purge tertiary pods.
I must be the one to alter the signal. Once I do, the council will welcome me with open arms.
No! Protect Mother! Stay away! Stay away! Bad man is here. Why does he want to kill us? Kill him.
You have been better served keeping your head down, Jensen.
I'll do it, Mother. Just don't hurt anymore. Just no more pain. Please keep him away from us. Security measures are sufficient. Insufficient.
Once the weight of your gaze touches you, there is no escape.
Hydrostatic pressure. Rising.
Crap.
Breathe. It hurts. It hurts so much. Systems are... My organic systems under stress will acclimatize.
Do you see where honor and ambition lead you? To a hole miles deep in the ocean, about to meet your end. And powerless.
Look at what they've done. I don't like it here. I don't like it. It's so cool down here. Dirk, show us the light, Mother. Where's the light?
I must fight this. I must succeed.
I can't move. Why can't I move?
So I don't know if you then have to close the pods again.
How much longer will it be, Mother? I want to go home.
Pod 1. Safety purge complete.
Yeah, okay.
I have no choice but to eliminate you. You have ruined everything.
So are these still...
For so long. Tired. System monitors online constantly. There's too much to keep track of. Supplemental diagnostics required before we can sleep.
Pod 3. Safety purge complete.
After this, Tayo will dominate the market. Sarif will no longer be a thorn in my side.
The results of the diagnostics are inconclusive. I feel bad. Vital signs normal? No. This is not normal. We just want to be normal.
So did we just purge them all? I think we did. So now what?
Warning. Pod 2 safety purge in progress. Stand by. Contamination warning. Pod 2 access hatch is open. Pod 2 safety purge complete. Reinitiating hybrid life support. Warning. Pod 2 safety purge in progress. Stand by. Contamination warning. Pod 2 access hatch is open. Pod 2 safety purge complete.
Oh,
Reinitiating hybrid life
crap!
support. Pod 1 safety purge complete. Reinitiating hybrid life support. Warning. Manual override of tertiary pods initiated.
There we go.
Total system purge in effect. Shutting down tertiary stations.
Okay, that's better.
Electrical charge subcritical and rising. Electric discharge sequence initialized.
Where did you get that code? From that fool, Daryl. This will not stop me, Jensen.
So yeah, if we didn't have the EMP shield,
Hyron is compromised.
we'd be screwed here.
No, wait. It's initiating emergency protocols. Ah! You don't know the resources they have at their disposal, Jensen. Despite your special genetics, you have been in over your head the whole time. Initiate dissipation protocol.
Warning. Electrical charge subcritical and rising. Halfway to discharge sequence.
Damn, Daryl. You betrayed them.
Warning. Primary pod compromised. Secondary security measures activated. Evacuate area.
You still cannot reach me, Jensen. There are too many contingencies built into the system. You and I have both failed.
Warning. Primary pod station damaged.
No! I will not lose this. This is my right. I have worked too long to stop now. You want the glory. Is that never? It is all mine. I have paid everything for this.
Warning. Primary pod station failure imminent. Warning. Electrical charge approaching critical level. Discharge imminent. Clear the area.
Oh, we missed.
I can't take.
Looks like she got disintegrated. Achievement unlocked, the end. Ah, we got actually a bit of praxis there. So, yeah, due to taking the EMP shielding, the overload and the discharges through the floor didn't really affect us, thankfully. Now, there was some bodies lying on the ground. I didn't kill them, but hopefully they didn't count towards my what I did. They may have. We don't need any of this, to be honest. Yeah, but because we shut down the life support of the drones, unfortunately, we had to terminate them. All of the computational power went to Zhao, and I guess that's what causes the overload. Once you've shut off the life support, you really just need to take cover from the sentries and the guards. until the barrier around Zhao... Oh no, there she is. Ugh. Yeah. You just need to wait for the overload to occur. If you have the EMP shielding, you don't need to worry about taking cover anywhere. And here we are in the broadcast center.
Hello, Adam. Welcome to the Edge. It is not the end of the world, but you can see it from here.
Eliza? What are you doing here?
It is my job to monitor and report on the news, Adam. Before Darrow smothered everything with his signal, the whole world was tuned into this place, including me.
The broadcast. I have to stop it.
I know. Please, come closer. Do you know where we are, Adam? We are at the fulcrum point, when society lies in the balance. Hugh Darrow hoped to tip the scales one way, by telling the world everything you already know. About the biochip, the Illuminati, everything. He believed knowing the truth would convince mankind to abandon research into human enhancement technologies forever.
It would certainly give them reason to fear it.
Indeed. Darrow's confession is ready to send. If you want, I can wideband it across all media as soon as you shut down the signal. Everything you worked so hard to uncover will be exposed. But only if you deactivate the broadcast using this control. However, if you desire, I can alter Darrow's message. Conceal the creation of the biochip while putting in new content.
Content blaming the humanity front, like Sarif suggested.
The organization has already admitted to harboring terrorists. It would be easy to convince people they turn to biological warfare in a more desperate attempt to get rid of augmented people.
But why? What would that achieve?
In time, it could shift the focus of hatred onto people whose prejudices are seen as too extreme, leaving corporations free to experiment with human evolution as they desire. But if you want me to perform this edit for you, you must disengage the signal and activate the video edit function from here. Alternatively, Darrow's message can be adjusted to erase all mention of the power group known as the Illuminati. I can report that lack of proper regulation allowed vast quantities of neuropozyne to become contaminated prior to reaching the market.
Taggart's preference. You think the world will buy a made-up story about neuropozyne poisoning?
You might be surprised by what people believe. I can convince them. And having experienced the negative effects of corporate negligence firsthand, a majority of people might force the world to place harsh restrictions on all human enhancement research. But only if you disengage the signal and activate the video edit function from here. Of course, there is another option. This passage leads to Panchaea's pressure regulation controls. Destroy them and the installation will cave in on itself, overwhelmed by the weight of the ocean pressing against it. Everyone inside the structure will die.
That's a solution?
No one will be left to tell the world what happened, Adam. Nobody will be able to spin the story.
Including me.
The choice is yours. Do you believe you have the wisdom to choose an appropriate future for mankind? Or do you trust mankind to find the answers on its own?
Okay. We'll make a big save here. Now, I always knew in all the Deus Ex titles, there is, no matter what path you take, however you get through the game, you tend to end up in the same spot given a variety of options depending on your opinion and what group you more associate with, I guess, or what you find interesting. When I first played the game, and was recording it for the first time a few years back, I went for destroying Panchaea because I didn't feel like I could make the decision for humanity myself, or Adam Jensen couldn't at least. I think that was a mistake now that I've looked back and reflected on, like, once I've re-experienced the game and looked more in depth into the lore. Because say if I did the same thing again, we've heard a lot of names. Obviously, Hugh Darrow, William Taggart, David Sarif would die. Even Greta, the lady who's working in the limb clinic who just wants to survive this mess. We'd be killing them all by destroying this facility, which would be a dick move. And even if we did kill everyone here, there's names like Bob Page, Morgan Everett, Gary Savage. There are still people who are involved in the augmentation research and its regulation that the news would be spun one way or another. On the other hand, I don't know this for sure, because I haven't played any of Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which is set 2 years after this title. I do know that Adam Jensen is featured as the protagonist once again, and I do think he is against the Illuminati. And so either blaming the Humanity Front or actually trying to just broadcast a message from Hugh Darrow telling the world about the Illuminati and how they've been trying to control, well, the world itself via dummy corporations and organizations might be the best way to go. I don't really want to join the Illuminati myself. I think we'll actually go with Hugh Darrow's message, the more unbiased, truthful version. And yeah, just leave the message unedited and see what comes of it, basically. So yeah, let's send Hugh Darrow's message. Did I make a big save? I did. Good. Let's be safe.
If you do this, the unadulterated truth in Darrow's confession may well convince mankind to cast all science and technology aside, to ensure that future generations grow up free and whole. Are you sure this is your choice? So be it then.
Albert Einstein said, technological progress is like an axe in the hands of a pathological criminal. Took me a while, but I finally see his point. How often have we chased the dream of progress only to see it perverted? More often than not, haven't the machines we built to improve life shattered the lives of millions? And now we want to turn that dream on ourselves to fundamentally improve who we are. Experience has shown me how dangerous that can be. How many times in the Call of Duty did I almost fall into the trap of taking shortcuts, abusing my abilities or the resources at hand? I resisted. Barely at times, because I valued human lives and considerations. Can I truly despise others who fall? Technology offers us strength. Strength enables dominance, and dominance paves the way for abuse. Darrow understood this. He knew that using technology to become something more than we are risks losing our ability to love, aspire, or make moral choices. The very things that make us human. It also risks giving some men the power to make others what they choose, regardless of the cost to human dignity. The suffering Darrow inflicted is not the end of the world. It is merely the seed for change. And change never comes without pain.
Legend, Trooper, and Pacifist achievement unlocked. Hey, looks like we did get a pacifist achievement. I was slightly concerned there. But we managed. We made it, everyone. Oh. So, that was Deus Ex. Human Revolution Director's Cut. I hope you've all enjoyed this series with me, revisiting it once again, with a few added features that I missed out, since I didn't play the Director's Cut the original time 2 years ago, back in May 2014. Now, from what I know of Mankind Divided, which is coming out later on this year, actually coming out next month, in August 2016, in Adam Jensen trying to cast blame on the Illuminati and therefore letting the world know of their activities in trying to control and regulate human evolution, maybe? I think the game, Mankind Divided, that is, starts with a revisit to this choice. I'm not sure if this is the canon choice, but I think what occurs, and this is my opinion, my thoughts, is that Morgan Everett, at least I'm blaming Morgan Everett because he seems to be the best person to blame, because he's the one in charge of the Picus group in Montreal, and he has access to the AI, Eliza Cassan, somehow prevents us from sending the unedited and truthful message about the Illuminati to the world, and he, or the Illuminati, send an edited message spinning the news how they see fit, and therefore you come back 2 years later as Adam Jensen trying to continue to expose the Illuminati on a global scale. So yeah, obviously this is set in 2027, I think we discovered. Mankind Divided is set in 2029. And then I think the original Deus Ex that came out was set in 2052. So that's 23 years later. Now, depending on how well Mankind Divided does, they may do another Deus Ex game. I'm curious to see what events are thrown in and mentioned in Mankind Divided to bridge the gap between that upcoming game and to the original. Because even in this one, there were some brief mentions of, say, the UN wanting to create a international organization to counter terrorism, which, if you know from the original game, and you probably know better than I do, does occur, and the corporation is known as UNATCO. And as well as that, there was some brief mentions to nano augmentation in this game, which talks about creating basically regular looking people but with augmentations under the skin, giving them basically the abilities of, say, Adam Jensen, but not obvious to the naked eye, and that it was slowly becoming reality even now, and that Adam Jensen's DNA was a key to that research. Obviously we know Adam Jensen was brought up in White Helix Labs. We never learned much about the research behind them. Like what research they were doing and who they're affiliated with. We can guess again they're part of, or they were part of, the Illuminati. But hopefully these questions and more will be answered in Mankind Divided next month. I'm not sure if you'll be able to transfer any save data over. I would be interested in that. Seeing if your choices matter from this game going over into the next game. Because I always appreciate games that give you that option. That's why I really like the Mass Effect series. Because your choices did matter in those games. Despite what you'll say about the third one. The fact that you can let certain people live or certain people die. And it will affect decisions in the next game. Yeah. So hopefully they add something like that. I guess we'll find out in a couple of months' time. But yeah, I think this is one of the stronger Deus Ex titles. I still love the original. And there is a couple of Deus Ex mods, which I have been tempted to look into and download. And revisit the original game as well for my channel. What I may do is obviously take a break from Deus Ex after this title now, play Mankind Divided, record Mankind Divided for the channel. Hopefully there's no EULA preventing me from uploading that and sharing my experience with you all. And then once we've completed Mankind Divided, depending on how I feel, going back into Deus Ex and playing that once again. Because I'll be honest, I've been tempted to do a low-tech playthrough of that game? Where basically you can only use melee weapons and throwing daggers, I think it is. Which I thought would be an interesting challenge. Something I've never tried before. I haven't tried to play Deus Ex with any conducts. Just let the credits roll through. I do think there's an Easter egg or something that happens at the end of them, so it's worth just letting them run through. Just relax, enjoy some of the music.
You worry too much, Morgan. There's nothing we can't manage given time. She's here. I have to cut this short. Keep going through the wreckage. Maybe we'll find something we can use for the Morpheus initiative. Come in. Dr. Reed. We're so pleased you decided to join us.
Where else could I go?
No regrets, my dear. As Ariadne told Theseus before he entered the Minotaur's labyrinth, always forward, never left or right. You'll be very interested in our current project. We're breaking new ground.
Yes, the nanite virus chimera is quite intriguing. I'm looking forward to seeing the hybrid project up close, Mr. Page.
And so you shall. But please, call me Bob.
The D Project. Achievement unlocked. Oh, some classic Deus Ex music coming through here. I do like this, the theme music from the original title. So yeah, again, this of course has been AnthWolf playing Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. Bob Page. I would like to hear more about him and his role in the Illuminati. Some name drops I would like to see mentioned are someone like Walter Simons, obviously Morgan Everett, and the Morpheus Initiative. Now, I don't think I discovered him in my original Deus Ex playthrough, but I think Morpheus may be another sentient AI. Or maybe I'm getting mistaken. Either way, maybe something for us to discover if I go back and revisit Deus Ex sometime in the near future. I want to stay and enjoy this music, but I know the video must end. Feel free to comment below, let me know your thoughts and feelings, both on the game itself and maybe on this playthrough if you so desire. Feel free, and I'll see you all for more games in the future. I don't know what else to say, I'll probably start rambling, so I'll just end it here. I'll see you all next time. Until then, bye bye now.